It may seem surprising, but regularly consuming the wrong types of nuts can significantly raise your risk of developing cardiovascular disease by as much as 48%, especially if you're a senior. That number isn't arbitrary. It's supported by scientific findings published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology and backed by several years of extensive research. The truly alarming part? Some of the most common and seemingly harmless nuts that people keep in their kitchen cupboards may silently be contributing to high blood pressure, internal inflammation, clogged arteries, and even worsening cognitive decline. Despite these risks, many older adults consume these nuts daily, often under the impression that they're making a heart-smart choice, but not all nuts are created equal. In fact, one particular nut, which we will name later in this video, has been directly linked to high concentrations of a toxic compound. When eaten consistently over time, it can cause significant harm to your liver, kidneys, and brain. You probably already have this nut in your pantry right now. It's often recommended by low-carb diet enthusiasts as a healthy fat. But for aging individuals, it could be slowly and silently causing long-term damage. Don't worry though, we've done the homework for you. In this video, you'll get the most up-to-date and comprehensive guide to nut consumption tailored specifically for seniors. We'll reveal which nuts are safest to eat, which promote heart health, which nourish your brain, and, just as crucially, which ones to avoid at all costs. And don't skip ahead. The nut revealed at the end has a dark side that rarely gets discussed, but could be harming your body more than you think. So before we dive in, take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health content. Drop a comment letting us know where you're watching from. We love hearing from you. Now, without further ado, let's explore the 4 types of nuts that seniors should be eating on a regular basis. Hash 4. Almonds, a bone-strengthening powerhouse. Almonds rank among the most effective foods for aging adults, thanks to their impressive nutritional profile. These small but mighty nuts are especially rich in calcium and vitamin E, a dynamic duo that supports bone health and reduces the risk of fractures. As we grow older, our bones become more brittle and porous, making us more susceptible to injury. Natural bone loss tends to accelerate after age 65. But eating just 1/4 cup of almonds per day, which delivers about 97 milligrams of calcium, can help slow this process. Almonds also contain magnesium, a mineral many seniors lack. Magnesium plays a crucial role as a transporter, helping calcium reach your bones rather than accumulating in your arteries. This dual action makes almonds particularly beneficial for seniors worried about both osteoporosis and cardiovascular health. What's more, almonds are loaded with monounsaturated fats that help reduce levels of bad LDL cholesterol, which becomes increasingly important as cardiovascular risk rises with age. A recommended daily serving of 15 to 20 almonds, preferably raw or dry roasted without added salt, is a smart and easy addition to a senior's diet. Almonds are also an excellent source of dietary fiber, providing around 3.5 grams per serving, which can alleviate constipation, a common issue affecting roughly 40% of older adults. But the benefits don't stop there. Groundbreaking research from Tufts University shows that almonds may also help prevent oxidative damage in brain cells, a concern many people have as they age. For added cognitive protection, choose almonds with their skins on. The skin contains flavonoids that, when combined with vitamin E, create a powerful antioxidant effect. Important note, almonds can be a choking hazard for seniors with difficulty swallowing. If this is a concern, consider slicing them or chewing thoroughly before swallowing. Hash 3. Walnuts, the brain-boosting nut. Walnuts are a standout when it comes to brain health, and it's no coincidence they resemble the human brain in appearance. These nuts are the single richest source of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, among all commonly consumed nuts. ALA is vital for preserving the integrity of brain cell membranes and supporting healthy neurotransmission, both of which are essential for aging minds. According to a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who ate 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced marked improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility. Walnuts also contain a unique array of polyphenols that can cross the blood-brain barrier and help combat inflammation in brain tissue, making them a powerful weapon against cognitive decline, including Alzheimer's and dementia. Few people realize that walnuts also contain melatonin, a natural hormone that regulates sleep. As melatonin production typically decreases with age, some seniors may find that eating a handful of walnuts before bed helps improve sleep quality. Walnuts' health benefits extend to the heart as well. They're rich in arginine, an amino acid that supports blood vessel function, and their polyphenols help reduce oxidative stress, further promoting cardiovascular wellness. In fact, walnuts may even boost the effectiveness of blood pressure medications by keeping arteries flexible and reducing vascular resistance. To get the most out of these nutritious nuts, store them in the refrigerator to prevent their oils from going rancid. Aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. And for a little added bonus, cracking your own walnuts can help keep your fine motor skills sharp. If you find walnuts a bit bitter, don't be discouraged. That natural bitterness is actually a sign of their potent antioxidant content. #2. Pistachios, a natural solution for blood pressure control. When it comes to senior nutrition, pistachios are often overlooked, but they shouldn't be. These tasty green nuts are packed with potassium, about 285 milligrams per serving, and contain relatively low sodium, which makes them an ideal snack for those managing blood pressure. The potassium to sodium ratio is especially beneficial for aging kidneys, as it helps them efficiently eliminate excess salt from the body. In fact, eating pistachios daily may lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, on par with some prescription medications, but without the side effects. Pistachios are also a rich source of lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that protect eye health by concentrating in the macula. These compounds help reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. What makes pistachios especially senior-friendly is their texture. They're softer than many other nuts, so they're gentler on aging teeth and gums. Plus, their striking green and purple color isn't just visually appealing. It signals the presence of powerful antioxidants that neutralize free radicals and slow the aging process. Pistachios also promote mindful eating, because they're typically sold in shells. The act of shelling each nut slows down consumption and reduces the risk of overeating. In fact, a study published in the International Journal of Obesity found that empty shells serve as a visual cue, helping people keep track of their intake. This is especially helpful for older adults looking to manage portion sizes. For those with arthritis or reduced hand dexterity, seek out pistachios that are partially opened or pre-shelled. A daily serving of about 49 pistachios, approximately 1 ounce, is ideal. With 3 grams of fiber per ounce, pistachios also help regulate blood sugar, a major plus for the 25% of Americans over 65 who are diabetic or pre-diabetic. #1. Brazil nuts. The thyroid-boosting powerhouse seniors shouldn't overlook. Topping our list are Brazil nuts, and for good reason. They play a vital role in supporting thyroid health, an area of wellness that's frequently neglected in older adults. Aging brings with it numerous subtle shifts in energy, mood, and metabolism, many of which are mistakenly chalked up to just getting older. In reality, thyroid dysfunction is to blame in a significant number of cases, affecting up to 20% of individuals over the age of 65. That's where Brazil nuts come in. Just one single Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms of selenium, which is an impressive 137% of the recommended daily intake. These nuts are the most selenium-rich food source on the planet, and that's incredibly significant for seniors. Selenium is essential for activating thyroid hormones, which are responsible for regulating metabolism, maintaining stable energy levels, and supporting emotional balance. But Brazil nuts offer even more. Their unique fatty acid profile contributes to the maintenance of myelin, the protective coating around nerve cells that declines naturally with age. Preserving this sheath is crucial for keeping reflexes sharp, reaction times quick, and cognitive speed intact, all vital for healthy aging. What's especially notable is that the selenium found in Brazil nuts is organically bound, making it more bioavailable than the synthetic forms often found in supplements. That means your body can absorb and utilize it far more efficiently. Because Brazil nuts are so potent, a little goes a long way. Just 1 to 2 nuts per day is enough for most seniors. Overconsumption can lead to selenium toxicity, which may cause symptoms like fatigue, digestive issues, and nerve problems, so moderation is key. When shopping, opt for in-shell Brazil nuts if possible. The shell acts as natural protection, preserving nutrients and flavor for longer. Due to their high-fat content, store them in the refrigerator to prevent spoilage. Their buttery, slightly sweet flavor makes them a satisfying and healthful alternative to sugary or salty processed snacks. Brazil nuts are also helpful for digestive regularity, thanks to their combination of fiber and healthy oils. This is a bonus for seniors who experience constipation, an increasingly common issue with age. Perhaps most exciting of all is emerging research indicating that certain antioxidants in Brazil nuts may help slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective ends of chromosomes that shrink as we age. Shorter telomeres are associated with aging and disease, so anything that preserves their length could support longevity and cellular health. In short, if you're 65 or older and looking for a highly effective, minimal-effort way to support your thyroid, brain, and nervous system, Brazil nuts deserve a place in your daily routine. Now that we've explored the best nuts for aging bodies, it's time to examine the 4 nuts seniors may want to avoid or at least consume very sparingly. These nuts may pose health risks due to allergens, inflammation, harmful additives, or drug interactions, particularly in older individuals. Hash 4. Peanuts, the inflammation-triggering imitation nut. Peanuts are widely consumed across the globe, but they're also widely misunderstood. Despite their name, peanuts aren't technically nuts. They're legumes, and that classification comes with consequences. Being legumes means peanuts are grown underground, where they're especially susceptible to mold, which can produce aflatoxins, toxic compounds that can damage the liver and potentially raise the risk of cancer when consumed regularly. Seniors, whose detoxification pathways naturally weaken with age, are at even greater risk. Additionally, peanuts contain proteins that may provoke inflammatory reactions even in people without a full-blown allergy. For seniors, whose joints, arteries, and cognitive function are already under stress, this low-grade chronic inflammation can exacerbate arthritis, heart disease, and memory loss. Another problem? Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when not balanced by omega-3 SS, can fuel inflammation. Most older adults already consume too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3, making peanuts a poor dietary choice for inflammation control. On top of all that, peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interact dangerously with blood thinners like warfarin, a medication frequently prescribed to seniors. Few doctors or pharmacists warn patients about this risk. Commercially available peanut butters often compound these issues by adding hydrogenated oils, sugar, and sodium, all of which are problematic for those with hypertension, which affects 63% of seniors. Even natural peanut butter without salt can raise blood pressure if eaten in large amounts. Storage is another issue. Peanuts spoil easily, producing free radicals that can damage cells. And during dry roasting, a popular commercial processing method, they produce acrylamide, a chemical suspected to impair cognitive function. Even if you've been eating peanuts your whole life without incident, consider replacing them with healthier nut options like almonds or walnuts at least 3 days a week to reduce your exposure to these hazards. Number 3. Cashews, the blood sugar trap in disguise. Cashews are often considered a healthy snack, but for seniors they can be surprisingly problematic. Unlike other tree nuts, cashews have a very high carbohydrate content, approximately 9 grams per ounce, and a high glycemic load. This makes them a poor choice for the nearly 73% of seniors who are either diabetic or pre-diabetic. Many older adults eat cashews in large quantities without realizing they spike blood sugar levels, a hidden danger that can lead to fatigue, blurred vision, and long-term complications. Their smooth crescent shape also poses a choking risk, especially for individuals with dysphagia, swallowing difficulty, a common issue among seniors. Cashews are one of the most commonly aspirated nuts among the elderly, which means pieces can accidentally enter the lungs, a serious medical emergency. Nutritionally, cashews also fall short. They contain oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in the gut and reduce absorption. Bad news for seniors already at risk of osteoporosis. Worse, oxalates increase the likelihood of kidney stones, a condition that becomes more common after age 60. Their long and complicated processing also removes many of their original nutrients. Cashews must undergo heat treatment to remove urushiol, a toxic compound also found in poison ivy. Most store-bought varieties are roasted in oil and heavily salted, increasing their saturated fat and sodium content. Cashews contain enzyme inhibitors as well, which can block protein digestion, problematic for older adults who already struggle to digest and absorb essential nutrients. Their rich, creamy texture makes them easy to overconsume, potentially leading to weight gain, which becomes harder to manage with age. For a healthier snack, replace cashews with walnuts or almonds, which are far more supportive of senior health. Number 2, macadamia nuts, delicious but dangerously caloric. There's no denying the rich, buttery flavor of macadamia nuts, but their extremely high caloric density makes them one of the riskiest nuts for seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight. Just 1 ounce packs 200 calories and 22 grams of fat, with 3 grams of saturated fat, more than many other nuts. As metabolic rate slows with age, consuming high-calorie, high-fat snacks like macadamias can quickly lead to unwanted weight gain, increasing the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and joint problems. Their hard texture also poses a threat to seniors with fragile teeth, crowns, or bridges, increasing the likelihood of oral injury. Those with asymptomatic gallstones, which affect about 15% of older adults, may experience flare-ups due to macadamia's high fat load. Macadamias are also one of the most expensive nuts, tempting budget-conscious seniors to buy lower-quality versions that are often improperly stored, leading to the consumption of oxidized fats, which are linked to cellular aging. Commercial processing, like oil roasting and salting, adds even more sodium and damaged lipids, pushing these nuts further into the avoid category for those concerned with heart and vascular health. Many seniors mistakenly believe macadamias support heart health. While some nuts do, macadamias have largely been excluded from the studies highlighting nut benefits due to their unfavorable nutritional profile. Instead, consider pistachios, which provide more fiber, potassium, and antioxidants for less fat and fewer calories. Rounding out our list of nuts to be cautious about are pine nuts, small but deceptively troublesome. One of the most concerning aspects of pine nuts is their ability to interfere with medications. They contain compounds that can disrupt the effectiveness of over 60% of the most commonly prescribed drugs for seniors, including statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure medications. Despite this, few physicians or pharmacists warn patients about food-drug interactions involving pine nuts. A bizarre condition known as pine nut syndrome can develop in some people. After eating pine nuts, affected individuals experience a metallic or bitter taste that can last for days or even weeks. While it may sound harmless, this side effect can have serious consequences for seniors. Studies show that older adults experiencing altered taste often suffer from reduced appetite, leading to unintended weight loss and nutrient deficiencies. Compounding these concerns, pine nuts contain polyunsaturated fats that oxidize quickly, contributing to inflammation, particularly dangerous for those battling arthritis or autoimmune diseases. Their tiny size and slippery texture make them a choking risk, especially for those on medications that cause dry mouth, an issue for more than 70% of seniors taking multiple prescriptions. Like cashews, pine nuts also contain enzyme inhibitors that reduce protein absorption, problematic at a life stage when muscle mass and repair already face natural decline. And emerging research suggests that compounds in some pine nut varieties may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. Even in something as seemingly harmless as pesto, pine nuts may be doing more harm than good for the elderly. Final thoughts. Choose your nuts wisely. The types of nuts you choose to include, or exclude from your daily routine, can have a profound effect on nearly every aspect of your health as you age. From influencing your energy levels and mental clarity, to supporting cardiovascular strength, bone density, and even your lifespan, the nutritional impact of nuts goes far beyond just being a convenient snack. What you snack on truly matters, especially after 65, when the body becomes more sensitive to both the beneficial and harmful compounds in foods. By making small, thoughtful adjustments, like swapping peanuts for almonds, which are packed with calcium and healthy fats, or replacing cashews with pistachios, which support healthy blood pressure and blood sugar, you could be giving your body the boost it needs to function better, think sharper, and feel more energized each day. These aren't massive dietary overhauls, they're simple swaps that can yield big, measurable results over time. It's never too late to take back control over your health, and that starts with the choices you make in your kitchen. If you're over 65, this is the perfect time to reevaluate your snacking habits and start thinking more strategically about what you're putting into your body. Every nut has a story, and some are far more helpful for aging bodies than others. Have you noticed differences in your mood, digestion, memory, or overall health after introducing or eliminating certain nuts from your diet? Whether it's increased energy, fewer aches, better sleep, or sharper thinking, we want to know. Your journey and insights might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let us know which nut made the biggest difference for you or which one you're planning to cut back on. Your story could inspire another person to take that first small step toward a healthier, longer, more vibrant life.